We say that success is not an accident. Failure is not an accident. Success leaves tracks. So if you just follow the tracks of other successful people, no matter where you're starting from, you eventually get to the same place.
What if I told you that ordinary people like you and me can go from being dead broke to millionaire status in just a few short years? And that the path to outrageous wealth has already been mapped out to us for us to follow? I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's absolutely possible when you leverage proven wealth building strategies. In this video, we're going to learn a simple 12-step formula that practically guarantees financial success even if you're starting with nothing. Just so you know, this formula isn't coming from me. It's from self-made millionaire and author Brian Tracy. He uncovered what truly separates the mega rich from everyone else after studying thousands of success stories. This is not vague, pie-in-the-sky theorizing. These are specific techniques an average Joe can use to generate millions in income and assets. I'll admit some of Tracy's recommendations may surprise or even shock you, but implementing these 12 steps can shave years or even decades off your timeline to fortune. By the way, here's a quick word from Brian Tracy.
Here, I have some good news for you. More people are going to make more money in the next few years than have been made in all of human history. In the year 1900, there were 5,000 millionaires in America. In the year 2000, there were 5 million millionaires. That's an increase of 1,000 times. Now, there was a leveling off in 2001, 2002. In the last 2 years, the number of millionaires has jumped 33%. It's jumped to 8.2 million millionaires in America, and virtually all.
Without further ado, let's dive into this super wealth formula. We'll briefly introduce each step first and then dive deeper to show you specific cases of ordinary folks who went from rags to riches, so you'll see exactly how these principles translate into real results. Step 1 is to set clear, specific goals. Millionaires decide exactly how much they want to earn and by when. Vague goals lead nowhere. Step 2 is education. Never stop learning, reading, and taking courses. Self-education is the shortcut to success. Step 3 is to choose a field with a high earning potential. Pick an in-demand niche you enjoy that offers a big upside. Step 4 is hard work. Outwork your competition and be willing to put in long hours. Millionaires are workaholics. Step 5 is problem focus. Look for needs you can fill instead of chasing money directly. Step 6 is persistence. Push through setbacks, learn from failure, and keep moving forward. Step 7 is promotions. Market and sell yourself aggressively. Effective self-promotion boosts income. Step 8 is proficiency. Become extremely skilled in what you do. Be a go-to expert in your niche. Step 9 is property accumulation. Invest in real estate and build your assets. Millionaires have multiple income streams. Step 10 is productivity. Squeeze every ounce of every minute. Millionaires get far more done in less time. Step 11 is frugality. Live below your means. Save and reinvest instead of overspending. Step 12 is leverage. Use other people's time, money, and resources to multiply your results. Let's explore each of these 12 steps to becoming a millionaire in detail. 1. Set clear goals. Millionaires like Brian Tracy are very specific about what they want to achieve. They set a clear goal and have a one-track mindset to achieve that goal. So decide exactly how much money you want to earn and set a firm timeline. For example, don't just say, "I want to get rich someday." Say, "I will make $1 million by the end of next year." The more precise your goal, the more likely you are to hit it. Next, make a list of 10, 20, or 50 things you can do to make your goal a reality. Creating this vivid mental picture is the starting point for materializing it. For goal setting, take Sarah Blakely. the billionaire founder of Spanx Shapewear. She was selling fax machines door to door when she got the audacious goal of becoming a self-made billionaire. People must have thought she was crazy, but she wrote her goal down and pursued it relentlessly until she joined the Billionaires Club. Also, here's a final tip from Brian Tracy to help you stay motivated in pursuing your goals.
It's the first time. Okay, please understand that nothing works the first time. What is the average number of times that a person tries with a new goal before they give up? Can you guess? Well, the average is less than 1, because most people give up before they try even once. They say, that's a great goal, I'd love to be financially independent, and then they give up. They don't even try. They say, but I couldn't because of this and because...
2. Self-education. The second step to getting rich is continuous self-education. You must invest in yourself. Successful people are relentless learners. Read for at least 30 minutes per day in your field. Books, articles, whatever builds your knowledge base. Listen to audiobooks during your commute. Take courses and seminars from experts. The information you need to boost your income is already out there. Go find it and soak it up like a sponge. The cost and time investment in learning pays off tenfold when applied. As billionaire Warren Buffett says, the best investments you can make is in yourself. Self-education ultimately changes you into a better person. Brian Tracy explains why this is very important.
One of the things that I learned, by the way, is that becoming a self-made millionaire is not the important thing. What is really important is the person you have to become a self-made millionaire. You have to become a totally different human.
A good case study here is Jan Koum, a man who taught himself computer programming. He couldn't afford books, so he would sit and read manuals for hours in the bookstore. That self-education was the foundation for him building WhatsApp. 3. Pick a profitable field. Going hand in hand with self-education is picking your niche or field carefully. Some industries have much higher earning potential than others. Choose one that is growing, in demand, lucrative, and plays to your strengths. For example, technology, healthcare, finance, and sales are money-making fields today. Find an intersection between what you love and what makes the most money. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Look at people already making a killing and model them. Get mentored by experts already at the top. Do your research and focus on areas primed for growth and profits. Jeff Bezos is a prime example of someone who saw a profitable niche no one else saw and banked on it. In the early 90s, selling books over the internet seemed like a lost cause, but Bezos saw the potential and pounced on it. Clearly, it all worked out pretty well. 4. Master one skill. It's essential that you become exceptionally skilled at what you do. Strive to be the top 1% performer. Whether you're a programmer, marketer, surgeon, or salesperson, keep improving your technical proficiency. Master your craft. Make it your goal to be the absolute best at one core skill. World-class experts have no trouble with money because they attract opportunities even without trying. Mastery builds your confidence and sets you apart. Ultimately, you become irreplaceable, and your results speak for you. Here are 2 reasons Brian Tracy gives on the importance of mastering a skill. A popular
All financial
example
skills are learnable. If you can drive a car, you can learn any skill. If you can drive a car, you can learn the skill. Now, number 2 is you're probably only 1 skill away from doubling your income right now. You're probably only 1 skill away from setting yourself on the road to becoming a self-made millionaire. That turns out to be the case for almost everyone. And if you don't know what that skill is, maybe over the course of the time we spend together, it'll jump out at you. But whatever it is, you've got to find it out and go to work on it because it is learnable. It's a learnable.
A popular example of one who has mastered his craft is pro swimmer Michael Phelps. He didn't get a record 23 Olympic golds by luck. It took insane discipline with years of daily practice to build his skills. 5. Work long hours. Now we come to what separates the wannabes from the truly committed: hard work. Millionaires are workaholics. There's no shortcut to wealth. You must work your way to it. And although it's always tough in the beginning, it all works out well in the end. You can rest after you've made your fortune. Learn to limit your leisure and recreation. Focus on high-value tasks with income-generating potential. Wake up early, stay up late, put in weekends. Be willing to outwork others. Your sweat and sacrifice will pay big dividends later. Brian Tracy explains this so well. Now,
What it means is that if you're willing to pay the price and work hard and make the sacrifices, you can get into the top 10%. Now, how long does it take? It doesn't take a week or a month. Most people are really impatient. And to achieve mastery in your...
Now, on the topic of hard work, I don't think anybody embodies that more than Elon Musk. He is legendary for working 80 to 100-hour weeks building Tesla and SpaceX simultaneously. His grind is next level, and so is his money. 6. Persist through failure. Now, you will fail along the way. Everyone does. Billionaires fail their way to the top. How you respond determines your success. The key is to learn from setbacks. Analyze what went wrong objectively. Seek critical feedback. Identify gaps in your skills or knowledge, and then redouble your efforts armed with this new wisdom. Every obstacle makes you wiser and stronger for the next attempt. Here's Brian Tracy's advice for dealing with failure.
People who practice positive thinking, a benevolent worldview, see the world around them as filled with opportunities and possibilities. They believe that everything happens as part of a great process designed to make them successful and happy. They approach their lives, their work, and their relationships with optimism, cheerfulness, and a general attitude of positive thinking and expectations. They stay positive, expect a lot, and are seldom disappointed. When you develop this skill, you become the kind of person who welcomes obstacles and setbacks as opportunities to flex your
For persistence, Oprah Winfrey stands out. She was told repeatedly she was unfit for television, but she kept pushing through rejections until she became the queen of talk shows. Oprah is the epitome of perseverance. 7. Market yourself aggressively. One mistake that holds people back from higher income brackets is a lack of effective self-promotion. Don't expect rewards to just come to you. You have to put yourself out there consistently. Be bold and unapologetic about your abilities. Build your personal brand. Network, get referrals, speak, teach, and build authority sites. Ultimately, do anything to get your name and work in front of influencers and buyers. The richest people in any field aren't always the best. Most times, they're just the most visible and well-known. Always try to see the big picture. Think about developing an audience and reputation over time. See yourself as a leader. Gary Vaynerchuk is a master of self-promotion. He wasn't born famous. He relentlessly grew his brand through social media, networking, and speaking events. Now, he's a media icon. Here's Brian Tracy's summary of why personal branding is a must.
Decide
8.
emotionally and justify logically. If you have a good personal brand, people are willing to pay you more for your product or service and
8. Fill needs and solve problems. While self-promotion is key, never lose sight of fulfilling real needs and solving problems. This creates true value, and money always follows value. Obsess over understanding customers' pain points. Tailor your service to eliminate those pain points. Go beyond just customer transactions to provide incredible service and build relationships. Remember, people buy based on emotions and trust. It's easy to get caught up in the dream of chasing money, but you see, if you can become a solution to a $1 million problem, you'll be a millionaire in no time. So don't get caught up chasing money. Focus on how you can solve the needs and problems of others, and money will naturally flow. Airbnb is a perfect case study here. Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia came up with the clever idea to rent out air mattresses and apartments to conference attendees needing a place to crash. Solving this problem made them a fortune. Brian Tracy believes there's always a gift in every problem.
Your biggest problem today could be the biggest gift that you have ever received, because it may contain within it the lesson that will make you successful. If you stop thinking about what happened and who's to blame, and you start looking for the gift within your problem, sometimes it can transform.
9. Accumulate assets. The next thing you should understand is that millionaires build multiple streams of income. Relying on one income stream limits your earning potential. Start by accumulating income-generating assets. Assets put money in your pockets month after month with minimal ongoing work. A prime example is real estate. Rental properties deliver rental incomes regularly as long as you own it. You could invest in dividend-paying stocks, equipment leases, licensing intellectual property. Basically, acquire assets that pay you like employees. Keep adding more assets and let the compounding effect take hold. When done right, your money will start working for you. In terms of asset accumulation, Grant Cardone is a shining example. Despite no rich family or inheritance, he built a real estate empire now worth over $800 million. That's the power of savvy investing. 10. Practice productivity. Time is your most precious resource. Millionaires know how to squeeze every ounce of productivity out of every minute. Start by identifying your high-value activities, the tasks that give you the biggest bang for your buck. Then deal with those first. Limit distractions, batch tasks, delegate, automate, outsource. Streamline your workflows to maximize output. Work in focused sprints when you are at your peak energy. Then take breaks to recharge. Maintain intensity over time. Let's hear Brian Tracy on this.
When you work,
Never
don't play. Fully 50% of working time today is wasted. And it's wasted in idle conversation, personal business, family phone calls, surfing the internet, reading the newspaper, drinking coffee, long lunchtimes, coming in late and leaving early. And then the other 50%, you're scrambling because you're behind because you wasted so much time fooling around. Now you start to work and you don't work on high priority tasks. You try to get rid of all the little stuff. So what happens is the big tasks begin to build up like an avalanche overhang, and they cause enormous stress. And you go home at night and you're thinking about this job, I've got to get this project finished, but I can't discipline myself to stop talking to my coach.
Never let anyone or anything mess up your calendar and timetable. Remember that the hours you control dictate your future. For productivity, Mark Cuban stands out. He is a major proponent of streamlining systems, automating tasks, and squeezing the highest value out of every minute. 11. Frugality and reinvestment. Next, the wealthy are very conservative with their spending. They live below their means and avoid debt. Rather than spend lavishly, they reinvest much of their income back into acquiring assets and growing their businesses. If you must become a millionaire, learn to identify the differences between wants and needs and cut unnecessary expenses ruthlessly. Also, avoid debt. Hear Brian Tracy on this.
Everybody wants to achieve financial freedom sooner rather than later. And here's the truth. Financial freedom comes to the person who saves 10% or more of his income throughout his lifetime. It's the key to becoming the richest man in Babylon.
In all, learn to postpone pleasure until you've built your fortune. Instead of spending for enjoyment, make prudent investments in yourself and your earnings ability. Delayed gratification pays. Warren Buffett is a billionaire who represents frugality and wise spending. He still lives in the modest house he bought back in 1958, and he seldom carries up to $1,000 in his pocket. 12. Leverage other people's resources. Finally, successful people are masters of leverage. They maximize results through the efficient use of money, people, tools, and systems. Focus on your highest value activities and delegate or outsource lower value tasks to others. Don't do what others are better suited for. Build teams and automate processes. Achieve exponential returns by leveraging other people's efforts and resources. Also, let technology and tools do the heavy lifting. Work smarter, not just harder. And finally, on leverage, let's look at serial entrepreneur Richard Branson. He aggressively used other people's money and resources to rapidly scale and grow his Virgin empire. Branson is the king of leverage. These are Brian Tracy's 12 steps to go from zero to multimillionaire status. They acquire dedication and hard work, but deliver amazing results if implemented consistently over time. Here's a final motivation from Brian Tracy.
In education, you won't do well in life. Don't get good grades, you won't get a good job. Don't go to college, you won't do well, and so on. And I believed that for a long time until I found there's hundreds of thousands, millions of people who dropped out of high school who went on to become millionaires and billionaires as well. The reason I say that to you, by the way, is don't let it hold you back. Don't let any experience that you've ever had in your life act as a brake on your potential, because there's hundreds of thousands of people who've had it worse than you could ever dream of who've gone on to accomplish.
I hope this video left you pumped up, knowing that ordinary people can absolutely achieve extraordinary success. The path has been laid out for you. Now, walk in it. Please share any thoughts or questions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video and want more game-changing business, mindset, and success insights. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.